Come. I hope so. I think we are. Oh my god. Why is my Oh. Oh. And welcome back. I hope everyone's doing well. If you hear background sounds, I have new neighbors moving in upstairs, so you probably hear it now but I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to check the audio to make sure that that's all good real quick. All right, that is good. I'm so glad to hear that that is working. I'm hoping that the internet, because I announced that we were on like 5 or 10-ish minutes ago. And the problem is, oh, hello, Nasty. Welcome. Yo, what's up? Not much. We just got started. Welcome. But hopefully it will stay good. But we are going to do the second DLC in Control today, the AWE, which I don't know if it's supposed to stand for Altered World Event or Alan Wake Experience. Like slightly unplugged, so it was like going in and out. So I had to plug that back in and like basically reset the whole thing. So I'm just hoping that, because I'm like kind of coming off of freshly restarted internet, so I'm just hoping that it's not going to be bad. I'll tell you what, our internet is shit sometimes, but it's not bad. It'll have its moments, but overall it is very good, which I'm pleased, because I wouldn't be able to stream to you guys otherwise. All right. Do we go? I guess we go from Central Executive. But either way, I'm here, Nasty. You son of a bitch. Oh. I was gonna join your stream before State of Play, but electricity went out in the city and went out for 16 hours. Holy shit. Well, I hope that you at least had something to entertain you. Yeah, I guess we might as well talk about that, because that was the last thing that we left off on, was the State of Play. It fucking sucked, like all the State of Plays do. I don't know why I let myself get like tricked. And okay, let me preface this. Street Fighter 6. Cool for people that like it. I don't care. It's a good game franchise. I know it's a good game fighting franchise. I'm not a huge fan of fighting games. I'm just not. Spider-Man PC. The thing is that whole thing was basically like a lot of ports announcements. It's like, oh, we're getting Resident Evil 8 on VR for the, and it's like, that's cool, but it doesn't need to be part of your thing to tell us about new things. The only thing we really got told that was new was the Resident Evil 4 remake. We knew about everything else. You know what I mean? It just feels pointless. I mean, we didn't know about like Spider-Man coming to PC. That's cool, but that doesn't need its own trailer. We don't need to see a trailer for the Spider-Man game again to know that it's coming to PC. All right. We're in the investigation sector. Explore the investigation sector.
Anyone here?
All right. So I'll give everybody a quick reminder. We'll watch this again because I might need it too. Here we go. Let's watch this together.
Darkness engulfed the elevator.
This was when the elevator first opened, when we were up at Executive Sector.
Presence. Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time.
I mean, we're now the director.
And the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her. Subtle.
I love these little things. They're so cool.
Didn't like that. Her guide
You think your laptop might be able to run PS4 Spider-Man? I don't know. That's a pretty heavy hitter of a game.
So it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away. And made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man. A man desperate to escape. She sensed something else, too.
I feel like I'm missing so much because I never played Alan Wake.
Not unlike the hostile resonance. Waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel.
Investigation sector.
Sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
They do a real, like, the writers are really good in these things because they're really good at, like that's a good replication of how someone who's writing a script. And I mean, obviously they had to have a script or whatever, but we missed 1, we missed 4. Fuck. That kind of sucks. Alright, I imagine there is a lot of reading stuff here, so... Oh my god. Okay. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigations was launched into ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research, despite the account of anonymous blank regarding inhumane treatment of a blank currently housed in the Bureau, or our official findings regarding these were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of blank sector personnel seemed to be unwholly aware of any such blank contained there. One blank confirmed the blank's code name to be blank, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible. Being classified under the highest clearance level, investigations were similarly blocked from entering the blank research wing to research its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warranted humane treatment. Well, this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling. So what, he was accused of abusing something that no one ever saw? Okay.
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau.
What do we got here? Casey inquiry. Mr. Dennis, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the interagency informative exchange agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hardboiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with a writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into, but what's your opinion? Just give the word and I'll start. That's fucking crazy. Is that what Alan Wake was about? His stories coming to life or some shit? I don't know a whole lot. So far they've just told us he basically disappeared. Mr. Kirkland, here are the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from containment breach yesterday. Okay, those are names. I'm guessing those names don't matter. Well, maybe they will. Letters of condolences will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated. Okay. So lots of people died. Holy shit. Burrow tractor. Miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. Burrow William, male, Caucasian. Case summary: 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained for coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy findings: blunt force head injuries, head. Lacerations, left ear, cheek. Blunt force injuries, extremities. Dislocation, right knee. Complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with a associated fracture of the proximal right humerus. Extensive trauma, abdominal region. A complete avulsion of multiple organs, including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and a portion of the large and small intestines, all missing from the scene. Conclusion: it is my opinion that Mr. Burrow's death is not the result of a mechanic's accident, as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with animal attack. Yeah, something fucking destroyed him. Finally, Mom got discharged yesterday, and that was the load shedding day. So you got it up. What is load shedding day? I'm not sure what that means. And she's still on oxygen. Well, I'm glad that she's at least home. You know, she's somewhere comfortable. You know, and she's allowed to be there. You know what I mean? Blank of blank 2019. To whom it may concern, it is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as the head of investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do not protest of the vehement disregard for my department's blank. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than words ever could. I blame this situation on our blank, who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to blank. Okay, so the guy right now too? Okay, hold on. I'm just, because my bitrate just went super down, I'm just making sure that it's all good. Okay, it's steadied out. But, she's okay, right? Like, it's not, buffering as much as it is for me, for you guys. It might be, though. I don't know why it's being so bad. It's usually so high. Staffing issue. Well, I mean, do we read? All right, hold on. All right, it seems like it studied itself out. All right, Mr. Dennis. So yes, there is an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put them together in a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for the other departments after Kirkland quit, we've barely managed to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not be still sitting on your desk. So Mr. Dennis became the leader of the investigations sector then. Not working. Okay.
Probably a loose power core somewhere.
Okay. Like I said, you're gonna hear banging and shit. So, let me just make sure that, I mean, I know I've checked 1,000,001 times. I just want to make sure this is still going. Okay, it's going way better now. All right. Fuck. Oh, come on. What? Get me through there. Jesus. All right, now give me this. There we go. I knew we were going to have to move that. All right. What else we got? ethics investigation. There is so much shit right now. We're only 50 minutes in. We've read like 7 things already. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigations was launched into the legality of the prime candidate program by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigations used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarming clear picture of systematic blank and blank and blank were brought into the oldest house and placed under blank examination and testing. So whatever Darling was abusing is here? This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the traumatic blank of paranaturally inclined blank. Not only is this a breach in the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human blank. Okay. Item is not in Bureau custody. If we are the president, why can we not read the blanks? Well, because they've already been like crossed out. You know what I mean? It's like we're picking up a paper that's already done like that. Some pages, it's just like, and we figure out what the blanks are. The thing is, it's like you read this paper and you get blanks and you're like, what is this? And then you read another paper like an hour later and you're like, oh, this fills in the blanks. You're supposed to piece it. Like it's a huge puzzle, you know what I mean, with the blanks and stuff. You kind of get what they're trying to talk about as you go along. A Frank L. tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion, considered highly aggressive and dangerous. Background: the item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burroughs. So see, this goes with the autopsy of the guy that we didn't even know who he was. So now we can put together, oh, his tractor fucked him up. You know what I mean? Local authorities arrived on the scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived and were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panic calls to the federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communication staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Holy shit. So there's just a rogue tractor that's going to fuck people up? That's awful. I would hate that. Oh no, please don't go out. Please. Why is the internet acting so bad? Oh no. I'm asking you not to do this, please. Please. Why? This sucks, I know. I'm sorry. I might have to end it and go try to fix this. Yeah, alright. I will be back. I'm sorry. I don't know why this is happening. I'll be back.